Let's fuck this joint up. Simple mathematics. 150. None.
Hey, damn, how close as fuck, bitch. Damn. All right, so we back. This is what are we watching? 3 disturbingly true blackout stories from Mr. Nightmares. This is the second story. I'm not gonna do a third story. If you want to watch the third story, just go ahead on Mr. Nightmares channel and check that shit out because all his shit is good. Check out some more of his content. His shit is well done. Too fucking scary. Let's get into this shit, bitch. And I ain't gonna hold y'all niggas no more. Oof.
It was a normal night in the cold month of February. My wife and I were watching a late night movie in our room in bed before going to sleep. At some point in the movie, the TV suddenly shut off and the room went dark.
How the fuck you do
My wife and I
that?
let out simultaneous grunts and annoyance. The lamps, clocks, everything went out, so the power must have gone out. I told my wife I'd go outside and check if the neighbors lost power too. I opened the front door and stepped out onto the stoop for only a second or two because it was freezing outside, but I could see lights on in the neighbors' houses, so it seemed to be just us who lost power.
Classic fucking up moment.
We have a fuse box and a
If you knew you pay your
room
fucking
in the
electric
basement.
bill, something ain't
It
right.
seemed unlikely it could have anything to do with that, but I had to give it a shot. I had no idea what else I could do. I went downstairs with a flashlight. One weird thing about our house is you have to walk down the stairs to get to the basement door. Like, the door is literally on the basement level. I was tired.
How the fuck you
so I
open it?
kinda
You gotta
slowly and lazily
weird.
stomped down the steps. When I got to the
I'm just going off
basement
that
door at
picture.
the bottom,
That's
I
weird.
turned the doorknob and tried opening the door. It wouldn't push open though. I tried a little harder, but it still wouldn't budge. My wife must have locked it. I went all the way back upstairs to ask my wife where she put the basement key. She got out of bed and said she'd get it for me. I followed her downstairs to the kitchen where we had a key hanger. She flipped around the many keys until she pulled off the basement key and handed it to me. She then went back upstairs to the bedroom, while I went back down the stairs to the basement door. I put the key in the lock and turned it to the right, then tried opening the door again, but it still wouldn't open. I went back up the stairs and called for my wife to come down. When she did,
It's pretty obvious whoever's down there, or whatever's down there, don't want you down there. So don't go down there. It's simple. It's very simple. Me, the ghost obviously don't want me down there, so I'm not fucking with it. Period.
I asked for help like a child.
That's about it.
Since she was the only one
Take
to
your ass
ever
back
lock
upstairs,
this
go to
door.
sleep.
She came down the stairs with her flashlight, making fun of me for not being able to use a wooden door. And before she even tried using the key, she turned the doorknob and gave one good push, and the door creaked open.
Oh, nigga, you just a weak
I was
bitch.
dumbfounded. I swore up and down the door wouldn't open. Then I joked that I loosened it up for her. Once again, she went upstairs to the bedroom. I entered.
She
the
did not want to
basement,
know what's
flicking
going
the
on
lights
down
switch
there.
on,
She was
which only
scared.
led to more darkness.
Down.
Flashlight still in hand, I went to the boiler room. When I got inside of there, I tinkered with all the switches, flipping them from one side to the other, until finally the lights in the basement flicked on. I was relieved. I shut the tiny door to the fuse box. Just then, however, there was a sound from outside of the boiler room. The sound of one of the basement closet doors creaking. I took a peek outside at both of the doors. One was closed, the other was slightly cracked open. My heart started beating faster as I went over to the door. I stood about 2 feet away from that door.
Nigga, I'm nervous for you.
For some reason, it took until then for me to think. Why? How would the switch in our fuse box for power be switched off all of a sudden? Then I started to think. What if the basement door was never locked? What if someone was simply pulling it shut? After a few moments of silence, I heard a deep exhale in the closet. I took off to the stairs, this time making sure to lock the door behind me. I never ran up a flight of stairs so quickly in my life. I ran to our bedroom and yelled in distress to my wife. I was not acting like the man of the house at all. I'll admit I was too afraid. I did call the police though. At some point after the phone call, before the police arrived, we heard the sound of glass breaking outside. I looked out my window, but it was too dark to see anything in the backyard.
Me, I would have shot.
When the police arrived, I led them
shoot.
quickly to the basement, but by
Fuck
then
that.
the
I don't care
closet
who in
door
that
was
bitch. You gonna
completely
get hit.
open and it was empty. We also noticed shattered glass in one corner of the basement, and things knocked all over the floor. Whoever was in the closet managed
That
to
nigga
climb
like, "Give
up
me
a
the
ledge
loot."
where we keep collectibles, smash the window, and climb up
Give
out
me
of
the
the
loot.
basement to the outside. In other words, they
Nigga, I would have
escaped
shot
and were
the fuck
never
out
caught.
of it in that closet.
That night, we kept the basement and living room lights on all night and locked every door in the house. The next day, we had the glass fixed. We don't even live in a bad neighborhood, so it's really scary to think that something like this could happen to basically anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it works, nigga. That second story is pretty short. So we're gonna get a little bit into the third story and I'm gonna cut it. Cut it. No, I'm not. Fuck it. That's be a waste of time. Why the fuck would I do that? That'd be stupid. Why? What am I thinking? That's it. That's it. That's all. That's all. That's it, bitch. Moral of the story is get you a gun. Get you a gun. Niggas in the base. Niggas, you hear a nigga breathing in the motherfucking basement. You shoot first, ask questions later. That's the moral of the story. But without further ado, y'all need to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like, comment. I got some other videos on my channel. Nigga, I was hearing shit the whole time, bro. The whole fucking time I was shooting this video, bro. Something in this month. I gotta go. I'll catch y'all niggas in the next video, bro.